Slight technical difficulties. Give me a second. That's not gonna work. Hi. How are you guys doing today? um, yeah, alright, as usual, the angle's not great. My hair kind of looks cute for it just being up in a bun. I like the volume and stuff it has, I guess. Yeah. I'm gonna give a minute for people to hop on. I had some other technical difficulties than what I just had last week. Where I changed like the bulk settings, so like the automatic upload settings in my YouTube for my channel, so on the back end, and I didn't realize that when I set it, so when I just automatically uploaded everything, it just like automatically made everything, what's it called? Like a private video, so that way I could like upload it, and then once it was done processing, like shut down my computer and it would be great. And it would make sure that like nothing accidentally got posted public. I didn't realize that that also applied to my live streams when I scheduled them in advance. So that's why the lives happened the way they did last week. So yeah, that's that story. I have solved the problem, obviously. You guys are here. I gave that like whole bright cheery live to like no one. Um because I didn't get my settings right, but I figured out how to fix it. So, that's good. I thought this week we would talk about the final details on the Elsa dress. I'll show you what I did to change up my whiteboard because I'm trying to use it to motivate myself to get through projects. And then I will talk to you guys about COVID and what I'm doing for it. Honestly, I'm doing, like, we'll talk more, but the weekend of COVID, I plan to just like sit in bed like the entire weekend, except for the live panel that I'm doing. I will come in here and look semi-professional. But yeah, I'm just kind of excited to have like an entire weekend to binge costuming content. So it's much needed. I have actually, so like a little bit of a health update because I talked to you guys about mental health and stuff. And I talked about this on my Instagram earlier this week. I've kind of assumed I've had some sort of autoimmune disease. Yeah, it's not autoimmune disease. For a while. Back in March, I finally looked at my husband and I said, we need to figure this out now. Because I had a bunch of low energy days in a row. So I actually got my first round of testing done the week that my state locked down. So I think we went on like a Wednesday, and by Friday the state was locked down. So I haven't been able, well, the testing confirmed that I have an autoimmune disease, but it's not the autoimmune diseases that I thought I had. So it's not the ones that run in my family, is basically what that means. So because of lockdown and the pandemic, I have not been able to get more testing done. But things are opening back up here, so I emailed the doctor to see if I could get the referral I was promised to, get some more stuff done. So here's to hoping that will happen soon. I knew after last week when I was super stressed out that I was going to crash. And so I decided that like I would take this week slow, which I did. I slowed down a lot. I've got maybe 2 videos rough cut, which is slowed down considerably. Well, and I haven't been doing any sewing either, so that's literally all I've done all week. But what I should have done was I should have just stopped and let myself recharge. And now that I'm like completely out of energy, like now I'm doing that, and it's a little bit too late, so it'll probably take the whole weekend to recharge instead of a couple days. It's my fault for not listening to my body. Anyway, as like I get up and move around, I'm going to be moving this stool with me because don't really have the energy to like constantly be standing right now. Um like I don't know if I want to admit this, but I'm going to. I was downstairs eating lunch because, you know, self care, feeding yourself is important even when you're out of spoons. And I made it halfway up the stairs before I just kind of like laid down for 20 minutes before I came back upstairs. And yeah, like I am that far out of spoons that like laying on my stairs for 20 minutes was comfortable. So yeah, I'm gonna be taking care of myself. We're gonna be doing great. Things will get better. But I kind of wanted to give you guys that kind of update. It's mainly the reason how come I haven't been on Instagram, like other than my stories. It's like I've been trying to post things leading up to COVID in my stories. But I have like other things I want to like photograph and like more content I want to put out on Instagram, and I literally barely have the energy to feed myself right now. So, yeah, my I can list the number of things I have actually done today in like one hand, and that's going to include cooking dinner and eating dinner. So, and this live. I've done 5 things today, guys. I've been productive. But yeah, so let's go over to my whiteboard. And let's talk about that. So, I redid my whiteboard because I was getting overwhelmed with the amount of things that were still there that I had finished. So I'd never actually erased anything. I just kind of moved it around. Let me grab my stool. No, I didn't move it around. I just kind of crossed it out. And that was just like making me super stressed because it must be hard to work when you're so tired. Doing a live is stressful for you. Honestly, it doesn't matter how tired I am. These lives have become a part of my regular schedule. And the week that I skipped a live because I didn't feel good, like taking up space, it actually threw me off a lot more than I expected. So if I would have just sent out like a blanket message of like, hey guys, I'm really tired, I'm not feeling it, I'm not gonna go live this week, it would have thrown me off a lot more than if I had than just going live. And I made sure to take a nap before going live so that way I would have the energy to be with you guys. So I am being responsible. I'm not like telling you guys this to like try to pity me. This is just what I live with, and I feel like I need to be open about it. So yeah. Some days are like that. It's important to pick and choose carefully where you want to spend your energy and take care of you. I would completely agree. So, but. Okay, so this is the whiteboard, and you can tell that it looks different. So I still have the Elsa ball gown up here and the Spanish gown, because those projects are not completely finished yet. And when I say completely finished, I mean like schedule the photo shoot, finished. So I still have some things that I want to do. I've decided that instead of doing like a walking suit for the daytime Elsa look, because that jacket, the idea of doing a jacket was just like, oh, it was making me so anxious. And I don't know why, it just was. So I decided to make a cape instead, because who doesn't want a fancy cape? And so I'm going to be making it out of a black velvet on the outside, and I'm going to line it with like the bright fuchsia that I've been using for the accents on Elsa. Should have some fuchsia left over to like put in the accents, as well as some gold. So the cape, not cloak because it's not full length. The cape is going to be like a black velvet with fuchsia and gold, and I am so excited because it should match beautifully with the skirt. I'm going to do it in kind of like a Worth evening cape style, so that way I can wear it over the ball gown as well. It just makes me happy. So the other thing is that I need to finish the hat, which just needs a band on it. And because I kind of switched gears into doing the cape, I'm actually going to put a black velvet band on it with gold piping. So that way it has all of the colors on it that will like match the entire outfit. So, okay, that sounds amazing. And the cape sounds amazing. I can see it suiting Elsa wonderfully. Yeah, I am so excited. Started therapy tomorrow due to long-lasting fatigue. Oh, I feel that one. Sewing is one of the things that keeps me going insane when I'm tired. For me, that's knitting. So sewing has been like my job for a while now. Like even before I started YouTube, I was working in a tailor shop. So sewing is still a hobby for me and I love it, but something that I do just for me is knitting, and finding that hobby that like you can sit and do while you recharge, I think is really important. So I'm glad you're taking care of yourself. Fatigue is, oh, it's so annoying. Anyway, so things left on the Spanish gown. I still need to do the arms eyes, finish the seams on the arms eyes, and then the Spanish gown is done and I can like cross it off and edit that video. I just haven't done that yet and it's been like a month, but that's okay. I still need to make the sleeves for the dress and I keep going back and forth on what design I want on the sleeves. I was gonna go with something like super simple, but then I kind of really want my original thought, so I might try to figure that out. Who knows? If I get feeling better, I will give you guys an update then. The other thing is a snood. So in all of, well, not in all of them, because I recently realized that she wears 2 snoods as I looked at portraiture. Anyway, in most of Eleanor Toledo's portraiture, she wears a netted and pearled snood, and I have been in love with it since I found her portraits. So I have gone through multiple iterations of, what's it called? Of the design, and I'm making another one because none of them have quite fit right or been dense enough for my liking. And so I am making another one, which I am so excited that that's a thing. So yeah, so I'm going to be making a snood, and then I also have the pockets to make, which is not going to be the biggest deal in the world. I'm going to be doing it out of the leftovers of the overdress material. I just need to sit down and make pockets. So it's like a one-day make project. So, oh, I forgot, for the Elsa ball gown, I'm also going to be making gloves. I'm kind of excited. I have lots of material that so the material that I'm planning on making the gloves out of, I have a lot of. So that's something that I can kind of like troubleshoot and trial and error and figure out. So I'm kind of excited about that. The bunad is still up here. I looked up what a snood is, and so yeah, so a snood is basically like a netted hair covering. So if you think like lunch lady hair nets, but make them fashion, that's what a snood is. So yeah, I probably could have explained that better. Sorry. Okay, so my bunad is still up here. I need to wash the fabric for it. I'm going to be making it out of black velvet because I have an entire, well, actually I have 2 rolls of black velvet in my closet that need to get used. So that's what I'm going to be making it out of. Lunch Lady Core, a new aesthetic. Oh my gosh. Oh heavens. I don't know how I feel about that one, guys. Fancy lunch lady hairnet is the best explanation. I'm just trying to be realistic. But yeah. So I'm probably going to make all of the pieces for the bunad and then embroider them later, with the exception being the bodice or the vest. I forget what the translated term for that is. I'm probably going to do the embroidery on that one first because I'm going to want it lined. And yeah. But the skirt's going to be unlined so I can do the embroidery after I make it. Then I have other projects that I would love to get done before the end of the year. Not Regency. Regency is up here to motivate me to finish everything above it. But I would love to get the Anne project done. So the embroidered vest that I did, I think back in March, April. I would love to actually put that together and make the matching jacket for it. And then I have an orange dress, which is currently on my table behind you guys. It has been partially cut out for over a week now, and I have had no energy to work on it. So I've just been staring at it, wanting it to be made. So, yes, I'm going to tilt this because I'm way at the bottom of my screen and we're not talking about those top things anymore. Yeah, so those are kind of all the projects that I want to get done and finished before the end of the year. Realistically, I want to get Elsa done by the end of, actually middle of August is kind of what I'm shooting for, so that way I can do the photo shoot and get everything that I need to be on, like, to be on time for the collab. Yes. So we're planning on, like, the current plan is to launch all of the, well, to start launching all of the videos and things for the 1890s Elsa, well, the 1890s Frozen projects at the end of August. And we kind of pushed that back because we all needed a little bit more time. But I'm really excited. I know Rebecca from Lady Rebecca Fashions is working on her Elsa gown, and it is absolutely stunning. Casey from Casey Curates is going to start on her Anna's traveling suit, which I am excited to see come to life. It'll be fantastic. Oh, that's a lie. Okay, so I ordered an Elsa crown off of Wish. That should get here end of September. So that's probably when we're going to do the actual photo shoot, if I'm being honest. And the plan is for me and Casey to meet up somewhere and to do a photo shoot together. Because that'll be really fun. Even though her outfit is from Frozen 2 and I'm doing the coronation dress from Frozen 1. But it doesn't matter. Like, we'll still be epic together. Anyway. So, like, real actual, well, I'll have everything but the crown before. If I finish all the project stuff mid-August, I mean, that's really the thing. And then the over Spanish dress needs to be done by the end of August as well. So if I could finish those 2 by the end of August, then that gives me September, October, November, December, 4 months to just sit and embroider my bunad. So I'm amazed at how you keep so many projects organized. If I start a second project during the existing one, it just gets forgotten. So I can tell you guys how I do that. I can, like, talk to you guys about my organization and maybe actually show you the lower half of my whiteboard. and like show you my planner and things. So if you guys are really interested in that, I can show you guys that next time I go live. It's not really something I have the energy to talk to you guys about today, but I'm definitely willing to talk to you guys about that. I just might put a piece of paper over part of my content calendar. Just don't read it too carefully, guys. I mean, I'll just change one title. Then we'll be okay. Okay. So, and then the and vest is kind of going to be a fluff project. Hopefully I'll get the orange dress done next week. Hopefully I'll have enough energy to do that. Because it really is a summer dress and we're getting into the end of summer and I would love to just have that dress in my wardrobe. So yeah. But once everything up here is, don't worry, we're just impressed with your mad organization skills. I actually like having multiple projects going at the same time because then I can bounce around. When I only have one thing going at a time, I feel really stuck, especially when I get overwhelmed or frustrated with a project and I don't have something I can bounce to. Then I just like take the week off and don't get anything done. But if I have a project I can bounce to, then I have a project I can bounce to. So anyway, Regency. Ever since Emma came out, I have been obsessed with Regency, and the obsession is only growing. And I figure I just need to make a Regency outfit. I will do the whole thing, like from the skin out, and I will make a day look, and I will make an evening look, and I'll make a bonnet, and I'll get matching jewelry, so that way, like, whatever Regency thing I go to, I am there, I am prepared, and just get it out of my system. Regency is also a new time period for me, so anytime I do a new time period, it means multiple panic attacks, because I just get so worked up and anxious that I don't know what I'm doing. So my thought was, just like I did the mini versions for the Eleanor to Toledo burial dress as well as a Crimson Pisa gown for my dolls, I thought maybe I should make a mini Regency outfit before I do my full-sized one. The only thing I will not do for my mini is making a pair of stays. Mostly because she's flatter than a cutting board. The other part is figuring out, there's 3 parts to this. She's as flat as a cutting board, so it doesn't really make sense. 2, what's it called? Adding that extra layer of bulk will shift the proportions of the doll, which will also make it look weird. And then the third one is I don't want to try to finagle that in that small of a scale. Yeah, I just don't. So I'm not going to. But other than that, I want to make like a shift, a petticoat, a dress, the evening dress, a bonnet, and a spencer for both me and my mini. I would also love to make a pair of evening gloves for myself, which I will not make for the mini because making gloves for a doll will look more like mittens. So, but yeah. Oh, wouldn't it be so cute to make a bonnet for my little doll? Oh, I might do that too. Okay. I'm really kind of obsessed with like doing mini mock-ups is kind of what I'm calling them. And I like want to share that process with you guys because doing things in scale is a great way to learn about things. So yeah, you guys are so chatty today. It's kind of fantastic. Mini stays sound like hell to make and I fully support you not doing that. Yeah. Regency mini me equals adorable. Yes, so I have a doll that has brown hair and brown eyes, just like I do. And so she's kind of the one that I'm like, if I dress up dolls, I'm going to be dressing up her, so that way we are like matchy and cute. So we will see. I don't know how well those videos will perform on my YouTube channel, so I'm probably going to do like a test run and just see. But we'll see. I mean, they could just be something that I put out because I enjoy making that content and putting it out. And I'm sure that there's like doll clothes people out there that would love it. Anyway. But yeah, that's my Regency project. And it is literally up here just to motivate me to get everything else done. And I really am down to like small things on the two big projects I've been working on for months. The Bunad I have 4 months to work on. The Ann Vest, I would realistically like to get it done for February. If not, then oh well. This Anne of Green Gables is kind of the character I'm thinking about doing for the Foundations Rebuild contest. I have another idea in the works, but I don't know if I could get that done in time. So Anne is kind of going to be like my backup, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so I said that we would talk about the whiteboard. I would show you Elsa, and then we'll talk about COVID. All right, so let's go over to Elsa. We're actually, yeah, give me a second while I rearrange my studio. Taking you guys back over to my desk. I could have prepped more, but I literally like woke up just in time to like come and hang out with you guys. So we're getting what we're getting. All right, the ball gown is done. So, what comments did I miss? Anne is one of my most favorite characters. I mean, same. That's kind of why I'm doing it. So, kind of obsessed with Anne. All right, so I have the hook and eye closures in the back, and I sewed them down really well so that way like the fabric doesn't like flip back at all, and I'm really proud of it. I think it looks really nice and neat in the back. I'm not completely sold on the fit, but I would need to do a fitting party again, and I would also have to take off the sleeves. And, you know, I think the big sleeves hide all sins, not to mention the floofy shoulder pieces. I think they hide a lot of sins too. So, I also don't think that if I ever, well, when I wear this to an event, I don't think anyone's going to come up to me and be like, you do realize that your bodice isn't fitting correctly, right? And if I do get someone like that, I will probably laugh at them and be like, how do you like my first attempt at a ball gown? Anyway, I'm so over gatekeeping and snootiness. I'm over it. Anyway, the other thing that I did, because I wanted the bodice and the skirt to function as a single garment, I put hooks inside the bodice, and I put thread bars in the skirt. So the reason how come I chose to do thread bars instead of a normal sew-in bar or an eye was because I wanted the thread bars to be invisible. Oh, good question. What are thread bars? So, usually when you have hooks and eyes, you will have, here, I'll show you. You will have a bar like this that your hook hooks into, or you will have an eye, which is just a rounded version of a bar. So a thread bar is basically when you do it with a piece of thread. And I've done it with a matching thread so you can't see it, which is kind of the goal. But it is a threaded piece that your hook can hook into. So you can see that I just hooked it in and now it's solid, whereas it comes apart. Yes, so it's a thread-based eye. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that those were invisible because there will be times when I'm wearing this skirt without the bodice, and I didn't want it to be visible. So I have I need to probably put another hook and thread bar on the other side of the closure, and maybe another one right here, just to make sure that that stays in place. So I'll make sure to film really good shots of that when I get to that point. But yeah, I also have my Betsy, why are you tipping over? I also have 2 hooks on either side of the bodice right here, just to make sure it gets held up in the front as well. So that is everything that I have done on Elsa. Oh, and the bodice applique. I don't think that was on last time we talked about Elsa, but the bodice applique is now on as well, which makes this ball gown complete. I still need to figure out some sort of sleeve support system. I have an idea of what I want. I just need to go and get all the supplies to do that. So, all right. But yeah, I am super excited about all of that. And she has just been living on my dress form, and I have been thoroughly enjoying it. So the applique looks brilliant. Oh, thanks. So you guys are so nice. Like, I don't deserve you guys hanging out with me. You always make me feel so good with all your compliments. So I do feel really proud of the work that I've done to put into this. I almost feel more proud of this ball gown than I do my Spanish dress. And my Spanish dress, like, there were a lot of reasons why I did my Spanish dress, but the experimental archaeology side of it was definitely the biggest reason why I did it. And between my Spanish dress and my Toledo gown, like, the 2 of them are going to make really great learning tools for when we start going back to events and I start teaching more, start teaching again. So, yeah. Ooh, I am out of breath. Let's drink some water. Okay. I was so smart. And before I took my nap, because I knew I was gonna like get up late and I knew that I would need some water for my live, so I went downstairs and I like filled up a cup full of ice water so that way it would still be cold when I was on my live, and then I went and took a nap, and I was just like, yes, forethought and thinking. Anyway, it was great. All right, you guys said I can't get over the fact it is your first ball gown. If you told me it was the 10th, it would have made more sense. I have been sewing for over half my life. I have been taking sewing seriously for the past, I started taking it seriously in high school. So that was, okay, so I started taking sewing seriously about 10 years ago. And then I turned it into a career about 4 years ago now. So I have a lot of experience sewing. I have a lot of experience patterning and working with things. I have also learned that patience and taking a break and coming back when you can like look at it with a clear mind is a valuable skill. So like with the experience that I have, it makes sense that this is my first ball gown to me. I already know that the next ball gown that I make will, 1, fit better, and 2, look even better. So I also, when I started my YouTube channel, was at the same point in time when I decided that that if I wanted to progress in sewing, then I needed to take the time and slow down and like put the level of detail into my craft that I wanted in the finished garments, if that makes sense. And that was about the time that I started my YouTube channel. And so everything has just been like building up to that. So I can already tell you that the Spanish gown is a whole lot better than um, the Toledo pizza gown. Oh, than my Toledo burial gown. And that's just for the sheer fact of it was my second one. I knew what I was doing, and I was familiar with the process. So it's like it's a learning process, and you do get better with time. But yeah, I'm so excited that Elsa is just Elsa. Anyway, so excited about that one. COVID. Okay, so I posted in my stories earlier today the big long expanse of what is COVID, what can you expect, everything. So if you don't know what COVID is, go check out my Instagram stories. I mean, my handle scraps and sequins on all platforms that I am on, so you can go check that out. Personally, what am I doing for COVID? I am doing the disability panel on Friday. It's afternoon for me, but it's morning. Muppet Flail COVID. It's exciting. Like, I am so excited about it. So I'm doing the disability live panel on Friday, and I'm really excited about it. I think with all of the panelists, we have a good array of like chronic illness, different disorders and things, as well as like physical disabilities. We obviously, with 10 people, we cannot cover everything, but I feel like we cover a lot of things. And so I'm really excited to just like sit down and chat about everything and how that affects our costuming and eventing and things. So I'm excited about that. I'm not going to lie, the imposter syndrome with that is very real for me. Mostly because I don't have an official diagnosis. I just know that I have an autoimmune disease. And I talk really openly about my anxiety and ADD with you guys, but I don't consider those to be disabilities, just because I think they are very common. Um, yeah, I mean, everything else is also really common, so it's just, anyway. But yeah, like I feel a lot of like, almost like I don't belong there, but I'm like really excited to be included in the party. So there's that. Over the course of the 4 days that COVID is running, I have 7 videos scheduled. So, um, so all of your questions for COVID can be answered in my Instagram stories. It runs next week from July 30th to August 2nd. And if you look up, what's it called? At Costume Guide on Instagram is going to be the central hub for that, where you will be able to get the information on where to get the program, as well as, what's it called? Yeah, where to get the program and like what things to expect. So I don't know how much information they're going to be putting out on their feed versus their stories, but that's going to be the central hub. So it is at Costume Guide on Instagram is where that's going to be. Yeah, I'll be sure to like tag them in my Instagram stories as well. So if you just want to go to my Instagram stories, I will make sure that's updated after the live. So. Yep. Yes, so I have 7 videos coming out over the course of the weekend. They are this weekend, the schedule will start coming out. Yes. Yep. They're going to start posting things. I think Saturday they're going to do a big info dump. And hopefully they're hoping the program will be done by then, but if not, you can follow them for updates on when the program will be done. So, all right, yes, I have 7 videos coming out. They are all Sewing 101 videos. So the things you would want to know before you start your project is kind of the theme that I went with for my videos. Ideally, I would have had 11, but I did not have the energy for it, and I burnt myself out really bad. So I will have other videos coming out along the same lines throughout the rest of the year as well as next year. Just because I feel like it is a really great topic and it's a question that we get asked a lot. Like, where do I begin? How do I know what to do? What term are you using? So a lot of what I'll be sharing are the terminology and the techniques that I personally have learned. If there is another term that I know for a stitch or a technique, I will also include it. But the term that I use will always be the main one used. So throwing that out there. If you like go through these videos and you're just like, but Marty, I have always known this to be the blind stitch and you're calling it a ladder stitch. I mean, it's the same stitch, it's different terminology. So that's what I'm doing. So COVID is going to affect my regular schedule, and that's something that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I will, one, not be posting a video on Monday. Number two, I will not be going live next week. And number three, I will not be posting a video the Monday after COVID. So, yes. The 3 normal days of content between now and 2 weeks from now are not going to happen because you're getting 7 videos in one weekend. So, I will make sure the next thing that will happen is I will go live on Thursday in 2 weeks. I will make sure to post it in my Instagram stories, as well as do the normal community tab update for you guys. So that way you guys can come hang out with me again. But yeah, that's how it's going to be affecting my regular schedule. Adjusting your schedule is a good plan for your sanity. Yes. I also personally need to take a break. So I do have content finished and ready to go where I could provide content, but I need to take a break, and I need to step back, and I feel like yeah, I feel like I put a lot of work into COVID, so I deserve a break. I'm giving myself time off is essentially what I'm saying. Oh, excuse me. All right. So yeah, I will be going live again in 2 weeks, and then regular content will continue from there. So I am excited. I am hoping that after resting this weekend, I will have some energy to start working on projects again. So that way when we hang out again in 2 weeks, I will have a lot to share with you guys and have the energy to have like a good conversation. So yeah. Oh, the other thing for COVID, I will be making a playlist on my channel that will be Marty's COVID what I watched during COVID. I don't know what I'm going to name this yet, but I'll have COVID in the title. So if you are wondering what videos I am personally watching during COVID, I will be adding them to that playlist while I watch them. There are about 150 videos. I do not expect to get through all of them, but we'll see what I do. So yeah. If you want to like watch along with me, you can watch the playlist. So I think that is everything. We talked about the whiteboard and Elsa and COVID. Okay, yes. Yeah. I'm gonna drink some more water. Wow, months of content. Yes. And the thing is, like, this originally spawned because Costume College was canceled and they hadn't announced their online thing yet. And we, as a YouTube costuming community, really felt the void. Because Costuming College is a big thing that like a lot of us go to and hang out with. I personally haven't been yet, but I would love to go. And so I love that I can be a part of this without having to travel. So it's been really fun. I think we all got excited and all went a little bit overboard. So, oh, one more thing about COVID. I am hosting the red carpet on the virtual red carpet on my Instagram stories. So all you need to do is to post in your feed with the hashtag virtual red carpet. And I will share that to my stories. So that way you guys can like click through and see everyone who has done that, or you can go to the hashtag. So yeah. We are also doing a badge game. I don't have a good description for the badge game or how to play it, but that will be in the program. And I do have 2 badges available. One is the Glider Club badge, which I'm just making available for everyone. If you want the Glider Club badge, then you can get the Glider Club badge. I will be posting it in my stories probably every day of COVID. And it's also going to be in the description of all of the videos that I am putting out, along with a link to the program. So you guys can, see more videos. The other badge is for the virtual red carpet. So I will be giving that out on Saturday, August 1st, probably intermittently with the repost in my stories of the red carpet. So that's exciting. I'm glad I didn't forget those things. Okay. I think I have shared everything. I was really expecting this live to only be about 20 minutes. So I love talking to you guys. You guys are great. I really look forward to this every week, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna miss hanging out with you guys next week. But yeah. All right, I missed some comments. Yeah, you guys were just answering each other, which is kind of great. Okay, I feel up to date now. Good! I'm glad I could like provide all of that information. So yeah, so all of the, like I said, for COVID, you need to go follow at Costume Guide on Instagram. And they will have all the information for you and all the links to like the program and what things are doing. I don't know if they're going to be like posting daily schedules. That seems like a lot of work, but they could be. I don't know. So shout out to Casey for answering everyone's questions in the comments. Love you, girl. You are my favorite. Yeah. Okay. Whew. All right, it is